Do you know what is beatbox?
These guys create whole musical compositions without the assistance of any instruments. They only have their own speech apparatus and nothing more at their disposal. I free myself when I am beatboxing. Now we will get to know Ukrainian beatboxers and find out how they manage to swing the crowd as well as a DJ. Hello guys. Hello. What are your names? What are you going to talk to us about today? My name is Vanya Admiral. My name is Big Bro. I am Losha Che. And we're the UA Beatbox community. And today we will tell you what beatbox is. It's both a simple and complicated thing, all at the same time, because there are several definitions of a beatbox. There's the definition given by Wikipedia, there's the definition of certain opinion leaders. Beatbox is a musical art, a musical direction for creating fully fledged musical compositions, musical drawings with the help of breathing apparatus, speech apparatus.
Дыхательного речевого аппарата. То есть, когда говорят, вы посмотрите, что он делает.
When they say see what he does with his mouth, this is not quite true, because he does it not only with his mouth, but also breathes in parallel, and it often involves seemingly unexpected ways of extracting sound. You can hit your finger over your Adam's apple, and the sound will change. And we will, by and large, use our hand and everything else.
По большому счету задействуем и руку, и все остальное.
In Ukraine, beatboxing appeared or began to take on some form, like some kind of social phenomenon, back in 2010. The guys met, social networks were already actively developing back then, so they helped to create such a first team. It was so cool to see someone like-minded when you have been practicing for 1 year, 2, you don't have any beatboxers, and you can only hear the word enough. When you are constantly engaged, you already hear some condemnations. So that is how it was. The guys met, I was among them too. So together we began to move the whole beatbox story. UA Beatbox is all people who are addicted to beatboxing. This is not a sign, not a name. These are people. I went onto the internet, looked for some beatboxers, cuts for 2 minutes, 1.5. I just started copying them. I wanted to make my track in beatboxing, freestyler, rock the microphone. And when I started doing that, I ran into misunderstanding. Maybe it spurred me even more, like when they say stop it or even harsher things. I wanted to do in such a way that I liked it and brought my professionalism to a certain level, which seemed to me that I was just a master, the god of beatboxing.
Довел свой профессионализм до какого-то просто уровня, что мне показалось, я уже просто мастер, я бог битбокса. Встретились с парой там.
We met a few people, performed at a get-together, eventually realized that it was complete garbage. I had to train. I realized that I could do this seriously and achieve something in beatboxing and prove something to myself with the help of beatboxing. Why not?
Почему бы и нет?
I have been in beatboxing for already, it'll come to mind, maybe about 10 years. For the level we have in Ukraine, this is quite a lot, and I'm proud of that. This is not a dream, in any case, because I did not know until a certain moment what beatboxing was. I saw on the internet how to make music with one's mouth. I did not believe it was possible. I went onto the web and looked at lessons on beatboxing. But at that time, 10 years ago, when I wanted to see lessons, there were no Russian speakers. I had to watch all sorts of American, Chinese lessons. And I just tried to repeat the movement with the speech apparatus. And with practice, I managed to get some sounds, the basics.
Я занимаюсь битбоксом 4 года уже. Узнал
I have been beatboxing for 4 years. I knew a long time ago. Of course, from the police academy with Michael Winslow. He didn't beat, it was imitation of sounds. I liked it and heard it at school. One guy at school who learned how to beatbox.
В школе у себя человек, который тоже единственный в школе, который научился битовать, битбоксить. И спустя там 2 года я подошел к нему, на 3 класса.
And 2 years later, I went up to him. Well, he was 3 classes above me, and I asked, how do you do it? Well, he said, there is a basis, there is something. And there was already the internet, of course. I went online and just started watching. I did not see a single video lesson. I started to view different battles, various beatboxers. This is how I found out about it. I liked it and wanted to do it. He taught me the first rhythm. It was a drum and bass. I started off with these sounds.
Был драм-бейс, типа.
The thing about it I liked most of all, it pulled me in, I was deeply into it. So that you can do it everywhere, literally. You go to work, to study, in the elevator, wherever you want.
Где хочешь.
Of course, beatboxing has its basics. The basis is the imitation of a drum set. The big drum, kick. The volume is made, loud, rich sound, snare drum, pop snare, and a plate, ride, and crash, hi-hat. It can be done open, closed. There are already variations. Well, here the foundation is 3 sounds.
Можно делать открытым, закрытым, там уже вариации. Ну вот основа это 3 звука.
A lot of styles, a lot of techniques. I can say that there are opinion leaders. They're in Ukraine too, more or less formed. And in Europe, in France, for example, the strongest beatboxing school in the world, in US, Germany.
В Америке, в Германии. Там есть лидеры мнений, которые битуют определенным...
There are opinion leaders who beat in a certain way, and people begin to copy, start to play. This can be called such styles.
Люди берут за...
People take someone's style as a basis, a way of extracting and already develop it.
Можно на базе какого...
You can create your own style on a certain foundation. You can just copy it.
Моя изюминка...
My highlight is that I contributed. I poured at least 300 grams of raisins into this beatboxing pie. I filled this dry bun with taste, roughly speaking, as much as I could, through my skills and strength.
Вкусом, грубо говоря. Сколько мог ввиду своих там умений и сил.
Изначально каждый битбоксер отличается.
Initially, every beatboxer is different from the next one. He has his own vocal cords, he has his own lips,
Свои губы.
because even the thickness of the lips is at some points a decisive
В
factor.
моментах решающий фактор.
Each has his own style of extraction, and all of this has a great influence.
Это все очень сильно влияет. Да,
Yes, my beatbox is different. Yes, I can identify different beatboxers by their sound,
разных битбоксеров по звуку.
how they reproduce sound, and yes, I tried to do everything so that my beatbox was not the same as the others. I wanted it to be my own, specific.
Чтобы он был свой, специфический. Когда ты
When you're on stage, you're an artist. Beatbox is all just a way to reach out or show yourself to people. And this is how my beatbox sounds.
людям, и мой битбокс выглядит вот так вот.
У каждого своя дорога развития битбокса в какое-то там русло. Можно...
Everyone has their own way. Development of beatbox in a certain direction. You can do cover versions, you can perform with a band. Everyone has his own style. I stand out. Well, I do not know. I love the old school stuff.
Люблю old school. Вот. Мне
I
нравится.
like it, and that's what makes me different.
Так как битбокс портативен, я говорил, что между...
Since a beatbox is portable, as I said, what I like about beatbox is that there are no intermediaries between me and this art. In any place, in any mood, I can perform and have a good time. Or have fun, whatever.
С обучением битбоксу просто заходишь в интернет и занимаешься.
The same applies to learning beatboxing. Just to go online and practice. Everything is known. There is nothing heavy. There are lessons, there are classes. Let's say, I give beatboxing classes in the vocal school. Kids come, we study, we learn the basics. We learn how to make a musical composition.
скажем, открытому такому
We teach
мышлению,
open thinking. We learn how to experiment.
экспериментировать. Чтобы научиться битбоксу, достаточно только
To
желания.
learn beatbox, all you need is desire. Today it costs almost nothing. Microphones? Affordable from 100 hryvnia and upwards. Everyone has computer speakers. You start, practice, and reach the heights you want to reach.
Любых высот. Как я учился? Поначалу это
How did I study?
как
At
баловство.
first it was just some kind of fooling around. You go to get some bread and you're beating something under your breath.
Ничего не знаешь. Кажется, что
When you don't know anything, it seems that you know everything.
осознаешь,
When you already understand something, you realize that you are at some starting point.
толкнуться. Вот.
You have felt the bottom from which you can push off, and at that moment you simply plan when you understand where you are more or less objectively, and at this moment you schedule a study program.
Методом пробы и ошибок просто делал звук.
Through trial and error, I simply made sounds, lots of sounds, looked for something that could be combined, looked for compositions that I was interested in using in beatbox.
Битбоксе.
Я много занимался битбоксом, я старался по 5-6 часов.
I did a lot of beatboxing. I tried to devote 5 to 6 hours a day. I had a few places I went to. It was a friend's room, which was completely empty. There was a cool echo, and I had to enjoy learning and practicing in this room. Then there was the staircase.
Еще подъезд был. Я живу на 8-м
I
этаже.
live on the 8th floor. You go out, you make a sound, and the echoes just go crazy, and it also turned me on.
И то есть меня это тоже заводило. На самом деле изначально я не верил в то, что
At first, I didn't believe that something would work out for me,
потому что
because I didn't succeed at the start.
ничего не
There was no
получается,
faith
веры
and
не было,
practice,
и
just practice. The first stage when I did a few sounds, that was probably the hardest part.
когда мне
When you do not believe that it will work out, but for some reason you do it.
когда ты не веришь в то, что получится, но почему-то делаешь.
Первые 2 года вот я занимался как...
The first 2 years were not much. I didn't know much about our socializing in Ukraine, didn't know it at all. Then I started to look online, and I found such guys. This was a UA beatbox community.
комьюнити. Ну, это буквально было...
That was 2 years ago. I went to my first battle in Kropivnitsky, met one guy, another came to Kiev, found out there would be a battle in Sumy Oblast.
И узнал, что будет батл в Сумской области. Я поехал туда.
I went there and met Losha. He heard me beatboxing and heard that I lacked this and that, and says, "Will you have time?" I say, "Well, yes. Here's my number, phone me. We'll meet. I will teach you all the new things." And so that is how we met and Losha began to teach me.
Мы вот так встретились.
The main thing is to train diligently, and everything will work out.
Тренироваться, ну, как усердно. И все получится.
Батлы есть самый крутой батл.
Battles, there's the coolest battle, the Championship of Ukraine. This is an event where we can discover who is the best beatboxer in Ukraine today.
Проведение самый крутой битбоксер в Украине. Я участвовал.
Of course, I took part in battles. I won, I lost. A story like any other normal beatboxer.
Нормального битбоксера.
У нас есть отборочные туры и face-to-face, 1 на 1 там.
We have qualifying rounds and face-to-face, one-on-one. And the most difficult thing, most likely, are the qualifiers. When you go out and have to show what you can do. And you go out and you just like that. Your hands are like trembling. But when I get through, and that's it. It's a load off my back.
Батл. И
That's it. Then the opponent goes. It's a battle. And then yes, you take the microphone, there is a bit of the gym jams, but after the first round you come to your senses. That you have to win.
надо брать.
Изначально, когда я пришел в батл,
When I came to the battle for the first time, I wanted to show myself.
не знал, что такое вообще.
I didn't know what the beatbox family was.
У меня было
I
понимание.
had the understanding that I had a beatbox. This is my weapon. I wanted to show it, to test myself in some kind of competition, in a battle of sorts.
То есть в батле в каком-то.
And when I took part in my first battle, it was about 9 years ago.
В своем батле
I saw what the beatbox family really is.
9 назад. Я увидел, что такое семья, битбокс-семья.